Hey everyone, this is Mei Yu and welcome to Tutorial Thursday. Last week I showed you how to draw a Fun2draw cute Yandere-chan, and today I'm going to show you how to draw her as an anime manga version, but I'm going to show you how to draw her 2 times side by side. One is going to be her with her normal sweet expression, and the other side is going to be her when she's kinda psychotic. So follow along step by step so you can see how to draw her like this. For other advanced drawings, you can check out my anime manga tutorial playlist, and for easier drawings, you can see my Fun2draw tutorials. I hope my different art can help you in different ways. Okay, so today's tutorial is going to be a little bit longer than my usual ones because you get to learn how to draw Yandere-chan in 2 different expressions. So follow along step by step, and let's get started. Alright, so on this side I'm going to draw her as a sweet, normal schoolgirl. So this is how I'll begin. I'll start with a circle for her head, just like in my other anime manga drawing tutorials. Okay, it doesn't have to be a perfect circle or anything, just something nice and round to represent the skull. Now I like to go into the face area by drawing a line that goes down. It touches this side of the circle and then it goes back out. I'll curve around for the cheek, and then I'm going to go down again at this angle. Okay, I'll go down for a little bit and then stop right here for the chin. Then I'll go back up and up towards the face on this side. Okay, so we have the basic line for most of her face. I'm gonna make the circle a little bit bigger. It's always a good idea to keep adjusting your proportions and the sizes of things as you go along with your drawing. So let's make this circle like that. I'll erase the smaller one inside. Okay, I made this side of the face a little bit wider. Alright, now for the inside. Let's go into the features. I'll draw a middle line going down the face, and then I'll draw another line for the eyebrow area or the top part of the eye, and then another line underneath for the bottom part of her eyes. So usually I like to draw these lines to help me guide the different placements of the facial features. I'll just get rid of the circle now. We don't really need this part anymore. Okay, now once we have these lines, let's go into the nose. I like to start with a little curved line that touches the middle part or the middle line. It goes out a little bit and then comes back in like that. Once I have the nose done, let's leave a little distance and come down here for the mouth. So for this expression, I want her to look like a normal person. So the mouth is going to be relaxed. She has a sweet smile. So let's get that smile in there. I have this line going up slightly and then it'll go down to form the bottom part of her mouth when it's open like this, and then just another part to close off the shape, and maybe a little small line to indicate the bottom part of her lip. Okay, let's make the chin a little bit pointier. Okay, so once we have the nose and the mouth, let's go up here, and I'll use this top line to guide the eyebrows. I'm not going to follow it like very strictly. I'll just use that as a guide to help me just place it in the approximate areas that I think they should be. Okay, so we have one eyebrow and I'll just draw the other one. As you can see, these eyebrows are pretty relaxed and they're arching up for a cheerful expression. Okay, now for the actual eye, let's go down, leave a little gap, And I'll start with the eye on this side. So this is one way to draw an anime or manga character's eyes. I'll start with a thicker line above, like that. And then coming towards this corner, let's go down. Let's make that a little bit longer. Okay, now let's go down. Make this top part thicker. And then I'll draw a little crease for a double eyelid just up here above the thick line I did. Alright, now for the bottom part of the eye. So come down here. I'm just going to use this line as a guide. Okay, and then let's fill in the rest. So here comes the part of the iris and another part. Okay, let me just adjust the corner of the eye a little bit. Okay, so once we have this shape, I'll go into the highlight. And for today, I'll just draw one highlight for this drawing. Up here, let's draw the pupil right below as another oval shape. And I'll shade in the area of the pupil so you can see where it is, just like that. It'll look a lot darker once I ink the drawing. Okay, for now we have the drawing like this. Okay, for fun I think I'll add some pretty eyelashes. Just a few near the end of the eye, so at the corner here. And then for the other side, let's draw something similar. Okay, so I have this dark area. Let's make it a little bit thicker. And that's the double eyelid crease. So now I drew the bottom part and then the iris inside. I'll erase some of the guidelines now. Okay, so we have some of the lines erased so you can see the face better. So let's go into the details of this side of the eye. Alright, so a little oval for the highlight and the pupil underneath. Add some eyelashes. If you guys want to have more practice with drawing all types of different anime and manga eyes, you can check out my different anime manga tutorials on my channel. Alright, so we have her lovely face all done. Now for the head and the hair. So similar to my Fun2draw chibi version, I started with the hair in the front here, kind of coming down towards the middle of the face. So I'll do that again, starting with these two little lines. And basically I'll just repeat these long curved lines. And it's okay if it kind of goes over the eyebrow. I've seen many anime manga characters, they always, or not always, but sometimes they do have the eyebrow showing either through the hair, or it kind of looks like the eyebrow is actually on top of the hair. So whichever way, you're going to see the eyebrow through the hair. Okay, so we have the hair. Let's come down on this side of the face. So now it's going to be longer. Okay, let's go back up here. Draw another line to make the thickness of this particular piece of hair. I want this kind of going the opposite way. I think that makes the drawing look a little bit more interesting. So not everything is going to follow the main direction of the hair. And I think sometimes that would make your character's hair look more natural too. Alright, so we have this piece. Let's just finish up that middle part. Okay, and then I do think she's gonna have a little bit of the ear sticking out. Let's see, let's just imagine the ear. Sometimes it's a good idea to draw a piece of the character that's kind of hiding behind something, just so we can imagine how big is this piece gonna be and if it's gonna actually show behind something. So yeah, I think the tip of the ear can peek out like that, and then let's erase the rest. So just little things like that I think will help make your character look more real. Okay, so we have the hair in this part all done. And if you're one of the viewers who've been requesting for this tutorial, please let me know in the comments below. You can also please share if you like to play this game. What was something that happened in the game that was really weird or funny or interesting or memorable? Please share in the comments below. Okay, so we have the hair on this side all done. Let's get some more on the other side. Okay, so I have this line as a curve. Let's draw another curve here. Excellent. Now let's draw a few more curves to complete this piece of hair. Okay, now I'm going into the top of the head and then towards the back of the head. Let's make that a little bit bigger. Okay, so we have the top and the back of the hair. Let's add some of these little lines for texture. Okay, now for her ponytail. So I'm curving up. And then I'll go down. And just keep your hand really loose, so then the lines you draw won't be too stiff or anything. And just keep the nice lines flowing like that, so the hair looks more natural. So I have this long curve going down, then I have this line coming down here as a curved tip. And then I'm going to break up some of these shapes with some more lines inside. Okay, so we have her face, and very quickly I'll show you how to draw part of her body. So we'll have the neck coming down, and then you'll see the top part of her uniform. Okay, so I'll just draw the neck and the shoulders like this. Let's erase this line. Okay, so we have the basic lines for the shoulders kind of mapped out. And now let's draw the clothing on top of the body. I usually like to draw the body first before I put any clothes on. That kind of sounded odd, but you know what I mean. Because I think by doing it that way, once you have the clothing lines on top of the drawn body, it makes the clothes look more real because it's actually on top of a structure rather than going into the clothes first without drawing the structure underneath. So that's how I like to do it. So we have this kind of V letter for the opening of the top part of her uniform. And then she's got this little piece going across. Let's get that in. I'm going to summarize a few of these details for this tutorial. I'll just get the major things in there, so hopefully more of you can follow along. Okay, so we have this part of the uniform. So that's center, and then the two pieces coming down like that. These are the wrinkles inside the fabric to make it look softer. And then this top piece comes out. It rests on the shoulder and then comes down. Okay, same thing here. Comes around from behind the neck, and then it's going to rest on the shoulder. Like that. So very similar to what the Sailor Moon characters have as part of their uniform. So we have this area. And I'll just erase the shorter lines from the beginning so you can see the uniform better. Okay. Once we have that, I like to draw 2 lines inside for part of the design in the fabric. Okay. And I'm not going to go into too much detail now for the rest of the body, but basically we just have the chest line as a curve coming out, and then let's draw part of the sleeve just coming down like that. Okay, so there is one version of Yandere-chan, and she's really happy and looks like an innocent, normal girl. And now I'm going to show you how to draw her in the not so normal version. So her expression is going to be really crazy. But I think this is going to be fun to draw. Okay, so here's the second one now. Okay, so for her crazy expression, basically I'm going to start with very similar shapes. So here's the circle again. So for these basic things, I'll just go a little bit faster because they're going to be pretty much the same as how I started the first face. Okay, so a circle, and then I'll draw the line for the face. Okay, now the craziness starts. So, for this expression, we have to keep in mind that when she is looking really crazy, let's just make the little nose first. The nose actually stays pretty much the same, but the mouth and the eyebrows and the eyes are all going to change, and this is how I'm going to do it for this tutorial. So for the mouth, let's go down here. I'll leave just a small gap now, and instead of curving kind of downwards like that, I'll curve up this time. So I have this curve, and then I'll go into the corner of the mouth like that, and then from this corner I'm going to make a really wide open, like she's laughing crazily. Oh dear. Okay, so let's draw the mouth open like that, and then on this side let's draw a line coming down at an angle to kind of complete this triangular shape in the mouth. Let me erase some of these lines so you can see the shape better. Okay, so we have this really crazy big mouth that's like wide open, and let's have some teeth showing as well. So I have this very small little curve, and then from this curve I'll just extend a line all the way across the top part. This is how I like to summarize the teeth for my characters. So just a nice straight line going across. I'm not going to draw each individual tooth because I think usually that's going to make the character look really weird, and I think too busy for the drawing. So I'll just leave the teeth like that. For the bottom part, I don't want to show any teeth for this drawing, but instead I'll draw a little of the tongue like that. And I'm keeping the tongue quite small compared to the size of the open mouth to emphasize that the mouth is really big and really open. Alright, once we have that, let's go up into the eyebrows. So before I had these nice relaxed eyebrows, but for this one, for this particular expression, I want to arch them up even more, give a little more tension in how they're formed. So I have them going up like that, and then let's draw another eyebrow coming around on this side. Okay, so something like that. And down here, let's move down, leave a distance, and let's start sketching out the actual eyes. So, for the eyes, for a crazy expression, this is how I like to draw them. And of course, this is just one way to draw crazy anime eyes. There are so many different varieties and ways you can shape them. So this is one way I like to draw them. Start with a dark line like that. And for fun, I'm going to leave a few more of these coarse looking lines above the eye just to give this character a feeling like she's kind of unsettled and everything's kind of coarse. It's not really smooth, not really, you know, formed like that. So that's why I have these kind of jagged, rough looking lines above the eye here. Now let's go down. Like that. Okay, so we have the side and the corner. And as for the bottom, I'm not going to go into a nice smooth line. Instead, to show that she's really losing it, I think I want to separate some of these lines to emphasize the expression more, and basically just the emotional state. So nothing is really connecting right here. It's kind of jarring and loose. Okay, and then for the actual pupil, I'm not going to go with a nice looking pupil and iris like that. I think that's too normal. For a really psychotic or crazy expression, I really want to emphasize the craziness. So I think let's draw the pupil really small like that. Or actually this would be the iris, but the pupil inside would be even smaller. So that's the highlight. So that's a really small looking oval, and the pupil is even smaller if you can see that really dark area underneath the highlight. That is the pupil. Okay, Yandere-chan, I think you need help. Anyways, we have the pupil now. For the other eye, basically it's going to be the same. Everything will just be pointing the other way. So I have the kind of scribbly look above the eye to emphasize the expression, and then the actual dark area for the top part of the eye. Let's go down here, down the side. Let's make that angle down more. And then the bottom part. Small iris, small highlight, and a teeny tiny pupil just right underneath the white highlight. Alright, and then the eyelashes, I think they can be a little bit straighter. It kind of gives the eyes a more crazy look if I just made the eyelashes really straight and not too curved or relaxed like those. Okay. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to erase some of these lines inside. Okay, I'm going to tighten up the face a little bit more. I'll just adjust this line of the face slightly. Alright, now that we have her crazy face, let's draw the hair. Okay, Now I'm going to tilt her head a little bit so you won't see exactly the top part of her head like this. It'll be a little bit more at a slant. So it kind of looks like she's kind of tilting her head up and laughing crazily. So that's the effect I'm going for. Let's draw the head like this. And then let's imagine the ear. Okay, so you're not going to see too much of the ear behind her hair. Okay, for her ponytail, basically it's going to be very similar. I have these lines going towards the line of the head. They're being pulled back towards her ponytail. Okay, and now let's draw part of her body. So here comes the neck. I have these two lines coming down. Okay, once I have the basic shapes for the shoulders, let's go into her outfit. So this is the top part of her uniform, just like before. I'll go a little bit quicker now because it's very similar. Okay, one more thing I want to add to this drawing here. Let's add some flecks of, let's say, evidence. So we have these little dark splotches of blood that's kind of sprinkled on her face and her neck. So just like that. I'm not going to do too much because I don't want to really distract from her expression, but just some little finishing touches. Okay. Alright, so you can see the major difference between a normal kind of expression, nice and sweet, innocent looking, versus a really crazy, insane one. So we're done drawing, and now I'm going to ink them. Okay, to ink my drawing, I'm going to use my black brush pen. And I'll go over this quite quickly. If you want to see me how I ink my drawing step by step in real time, you can see my Anime Manga Taylor Swift tutorial. Okay, for this drawing, I'm going to go into the hair first. And then I'm just going to go down, and basically I'll just follow all of the main lines that I want to keep. Okay, and I'll just repeat that. So I'll go quite quickly now. Some of you have been asking for Mother's Day drawings. You can see my playlist on my Fun2draw channel, and I hope these videos help you make your own gifts. Okay, for the eyes, I'm going to make this area quite thick so it helps make the eye area stand out. Nice and thick, just like that. And then right into this corner here and down the side. For the lashes, I'll just draw curved lines and then the pupil. So you can see when I inked the area around the pupil, I have the pupil really dark, and then I went up here into this area, and I also made that part real dark as well. And then as I went down, I gradually went from a really dark area to a middle area and then into the light area, just by spacing out the lines more and more until the bottom of the eye is unshaded. So I like to do that for most of my characters, and even in my Fun2draw tutorials, it's very similar to how I shade the eyes in those characters. because I like the gradual shift from dark to medium and then to the light. I'm going into the bottom part of the eye now. Okay. One eye is done, and I'll repeat the same on this side. Okay, so we have her uniform all inked. And one little detail I want to draw just with my pen. Usually I like to draw a little bit of the base of the neck for my characters, just for more realism. And then right underneath the jaw, I'll just draw a little dark shadow. So that makes this area look more 3D. Okay, excellent. So we have one drawing all inked, and now on to the crazy one. Okay, so I've just done the eyebrow for that part, and now on to the lines for the eye. So for this area, I kind of just went with the scratchy, sketchy line quality above the dark part of the eye. And then now I'm going into the dark part. Followed by the iris. And let's get in the little highlight. Right underneath would be a really small dark pupil. Okay, that looks terrifying. Now onto the other side. And I'm just curious, do you guys like playing Yandere Simulator? Please share in the comments below, and you can also please tell me what other kinds of games do you enjoy. Okay, so I drew her hair, going into the body. Here's the neck. Okay, as for the little specks of blood that's on her face and neck, I'll use my brush pen to just go over the little details. And sometimes I'm just dabbing like that, right at the tip, dab, so it kind of looks like a really small speck of blood. And sometimes I have a little group like that. And let's draw another small little group, followed by more small dots. Okay, I'm pretty happy with this turnout. So this is how you can draw Yandere-chan as a normal, sweet-looking girl and as herself. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and thank you for supporting art and my Fun2draw channel with your likes, subscribes, and by telling your friends about Fun2draw. Oh, I just forgot this little shadow. There we go. Now it's complete. Excellent. And let me know how you like this tutorial, and if you want to see other manga or anime tutorials as well. And yeah, thanks for watching everyone. I hope this helped you. And I will see you every week on Tutorial Thursday and Fun Friday. If you want to see me draw senpai, like this video. When this video reaches a high number of likes, I'll draw senpai in the future.